to BigInterview. This is a tool, a website that not a lot of Loyola students are aware we have access to. It's instrumental in building up your interviewing skills and receiving tailored feedback on both interviews and resumes. So today we're going to quickly walk through some of the key features, and I hope you learn one or two things and are able to put this into practice in your career development journey. So BigInterview can be accessible by typing in luc.biginterview.com into your search bar over here. And then over here in the top right corner, there's going to be a prompt to log in. You can log in with your LUC email, and once you do that, you should already have an account, created through Loyola. And once you do that, it'll take you to this landing page. So on the BigInterview landing page, there's a couple of key things I just wanted to go over with you guys. Up here in the top left corner, we can toggle to Big Resume. So Big Resume is where you can upload your resume, input to the prompt of what specific job you're applying for, what industry, and receive tailored feedback on your resume, on your action verbs, on kind of all of the content as it relates to that. So there's modules you can take to learn more about what recruiters are looking for in the resume review process, and as well as what ATS is scanning for. And there's resume scans, and these are all really beneficial to making sure that when you're applying for jobs, you are putting forth a resume that is as tailored as it can be to the job you're applying for. And then if we toggle back to BigInterview up in the top left corner, over here we have quite a few features that are going to be very useful. So what I'm going to just quickly overview today is the practice tab. Over here in the practice tab, you can go to practice sets, and you'll have access to general interview prep coursework. So over here, you're going to be given interview questions that are generally asked across industries, across roles, just, typical questions that people will see to really sharpen your responses and make sure you have them ready to go off the cuff. And then over here, if we go into industry, you're able to actually search up specific industries and specific roles as they relate to certain industries, and then practice with tailored questions that are going to be asked probably in those interviews. So as you can see, there's a ton of options to choose from here. And let's just take a peek into marketing. Within something like marketing, there's even more specific subsets. And with that, we can get super specific in terms of practicing tips, best practices, and just making sure we feel ready to go and prepped before an interview in this specific job industry. And then if we go back to practice, we can go over here to interview roulette. So, I denied access for my camera, but what you're able to do here is simulate an actual interview setting, be interviewed back to back with questions that are going to kind of challenge you to think on your feet and be immersed in that environment of, the conversation and live interview setting. So that's really valuable. And then another one I just want to cover quickly is building your perfect answer. So over here, you're also going to have the opportunity to recite some answers out loud and have them evaluated by BigInterview's software. So the way BigInterview works is it's going to be tracking your eye contact, pace, tone, volume, all of the above to really evaluate how well you are presenting yourself in an interview and what points you can improve on. That's super beneficial because these systems are designed to amplify your own skills, your communication skills, and make sure that you are coming across as effective as possible. So over here, this is really going to be harping on the STAR method, making sure that you are communicating actions in a very concise and effective way and communicating those resume points well. And then just to conclude, you are able to go into your previous interviews and kind of what I enjoy doing is seeing where I started and where we've come to. It's something that's going to be really motivating for you as you start practicing. You'll notice the ways in which you get better. And it's cool to see from start to current or start to finish how much you've evolved and how much your interviewing skills have progressed since using BigInterview. So with all of that, I hope that you create a BigInterview account, log in, and use some of these key features. It is instrumental in making sure that you are prepped and ready and kind of differentiating yourself when it comes to an interview and making sure that you are on the ball and on top of it. Thanks.